I used to think that glowing up was just about the looks and changing everything about myself, but it's actually way simpler than that. Many people think that glowing up is just about the looks, but the biggest glow ups are actually the tiny habits that nobody talks about and the ones that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sophie if you're new here, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing 6 easy habits that you can start immediately that make me feel more confident without trying to be somebody that I'm not. So without further intro, let's get started. The first tip is to not be negative. This tip is simple in theory, but it's actually so fundamental because whenever people say negative things or just act in a not positive way, our brains start to associate negativity with that person, and negative energy is just not attractive. On the other hand, when you only say positive and encouraging things, people will start to associate you with positivity and radiant energy, and that is what is so subconsciously attractive. Our words and our energy are what defines us. The more you start sharing the type of energy you want to be associated, the more naturally prettier you will be. And the more you start putting that positive energy into the world, the better people will respond and perceive yourself to be. The second habit is to take an interest in others. This is pretty self-explanatory because nobody wants to be around a person that only talks about themselves. People want to feel heard and listened to. So doing simple things like just asking them a few questions about something that they're interested in can leave such a lasting impression. And the more you take an interest in the things that other people are interested in and want to share with you, the more they'll associate you with the things that they're passionate about. Now, this doesn't mean that you should be a pushover or only take interests in others and never yourself, but just make sure to take an interest in other people and their experiences. Another good aspect that can come out of taking an interest in others is that you can learn things that you never knew before. If they love doing hobbies that you don't know about, this is a great way to broaden your own experience without even doing it yourself, and over time you will naturally become a more interesting and engaging person. The third habit is the 80-20 rule. Now, what is the 80-20 rule? It basically means that for 80% of everything you do to benefit your body and nourish your mind, you can have 20% to enjoy yourself and whatever it is you want to do. For example, if you eat healthy 80% of the time, you can have 20% to enjoy whatever food that you want without feeling guilty. As someone who used to struggle with food, this has benefited my life so much. Living the best life and feeling good about yourself while enjoying what this world has to offer is just all about balance, and this cannot be emphasized nearly enough. When you are disciplined but still know how to enjoy yourself, you become a fun and versatile person, and those are some of the most understated attractive qualities someone can have. This habit can also be applied to many things such as screen time and studying. Once you start to implement the 80-20 rule and live a balanced lifestyle, you will quickly start to see many positive changes. The next habit that is also a super micro habit is having good posture. Let me give you a scenario. If you see two people, one who is slouched over and not making eye contact, while the other person holds themselves up elegantly and makes eye contact when they speak, comparing the two people together, who would you associate as more confident? Well, you would probably associate the second person as the more confident and poised person. Even though the two people might be equally confident, only the second person's posture conveys it, and as humans, our brains are attracted to confidence because it portrays capability. Even though confidence doesn't always correlate with capability, our brains are still wired to perceive the more open and confident person as more capable, and due to our survival instincts, capability and confidence automatically make someone more attractive. The next habit is to drink water. Now, before you dismiss this idea, you should know how important drinking enough water is. On average, everyone needs around 64 ounces of water every single day, and I am someone who used to never even come close to drinking that much water. But once I began to start drinking enough water every day, I started to see such huge changes. For one, drinking enough water really helped my skin clear. My hands and lips started to be less dry, and I stopped getting as much hunger cravings. Studies have shown that most times when we're hungry, we're really just dehydrated. So drinking enough water prevents us from unnecessarily giving into our cravings. Water also helps us reduce water weight and prevent bloating. So if you want the easiest beauty tip that will make the biggest difference, then you can start by making sure you have enough water to keep your body happy and healthy. The last tip is probably one of the most most important habit, and that is to be kind to yourself and to others, because we are living in a time when there is just so much media exposure out there, and that can lead to unrealistic expectations on ourselves, as well as just unnecessarily mean comments and exposure. For your own sake and for the sake of others, it costs nothing to be kind, and kindness and warmth are one of the most attractive qualities anybody can have. This means distancing yourself from negative influences on your life and treating others the way you would like to be perceived and treated as well. Now, this does not mean being a pushover, but it does mean treating others with basic kindness, and at the very least not making a situation worse, while taking care of yourself so you can be the best version that you can possibly be. Well, those are all of the habits I have in this video to glow up and become naturally prettier. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do, and tell me what some of your goals are for this year down in the comments. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I believe that you can be the best possible version of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.